What's good with y'all this morning? It's crunch time. So we all seen what happened last night, man. I went back and watched the game. The Lakers blowing that lead, or should I say LeBron James, because that's the worst stretch of basketball from any superstar that I ever seen, as far as defensively and offensively, because he got that turnover as well. And as you see here, shout out to Courtside Buzz, just demonstrate how LeBron was involved in all three plays, which led to Josh Giddey's half-court game winner. He was the one that overcommitted on Vucevic and left Patrick Williams open in the corner for the three. Terrible bounce pass that led to the turnover, and Kobe White hit the three off of that. And then Josh Giddey pulls up and hits the half-court buzzer beater in his face on the Michael Jordan Bulls logo. One time for Michael Jordan. And you would think that, the media would get on LeBron for that, just like how they got on Luka. See, because they got on Luka, they got on Luka hard the other day. Remember, they was calling out his defense and his offense, saying he was a ball hog, saying, his defense was terrible. He was the reason why they was losing and this and that. And we was talking about how they wasn't trying to put no accountability on LeBron. Now when LeBron single-handedly blows the game for the Lakers, you hear nobody giving him no blame, the media going soft on him. Because it wasn't even just that stretch. This man LeBron had like 3 points in the fourth quarter. I think they say he was like 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter. He was minus 18 in the goddamn fourth quarter. He was minus, like, as far as his plus minus. So I'm sitting here watching First Take and I'm just discussing. I'm about to throw up right now because I'm listening to what they saying, and Kendrick Perkins, his whole segment just now, he gonna make an excuse and say LeBron isn't healthy. Listen to this dumbass shit.
Let's bring Kendrick Perkins in. Big Perk, what are your thoughts on this?
Big Perk.
The Lakers are in trouble.
Yeah, they in trouble. See, this is the thing. I told y'all they was in trouble. What y'all say I was hating?
Game last night that they needed to win, and they were supposed to win. And JJ was right. It's devastating, not just because the way that they lost, but because he's looking into the near future and what's going on. They're 2.5 games back from being in the play-in tournament. And have you seen the teams that they see twice? They have
we know about it. Yes, we know they about to lose these games though. But what's the reason why they lost?
Right now, LeBron James. When I look at where they at right now, and Luka still not being in great shape, he's still going to put the numbers up, but he's still not in great shape. And here's the most important thing: LeBron James is not healthy. I think he's probably about 70-75%. So again, we're talking about at a time where you're supposed to be peaking, right, going into the postseason, and the Lakers are trending backwards.
So that's all you got to say? Now LeBron is not healthy. Now he's 70-75%. This fool, man, I can't with these people, bro. Like, they just refuse to give this man any accountability for anything that happens, bro. This man single-handedly lost them the game, bro. See, the reason why the Lakers don't be getting better is because they're not holding their leader, their quote-unquote leader, accountable. All of a sudden, Luka not in shape. Luka been on the team for damn near 2 months. So what are you talking about? You've been on the team for a minute. I think it's like over 2 months now, right? Been on the team for over 2 months. So it's like all these excuses, family. You said he got the call from Rich Paul. Yeah, they told that man he better watch what he say on the air.
Well, here's the deal, y'all. You're absolutely right, Big Perk. Let's be more specific. Lakers should lose 5 of their next 6 games.
See, we're gonna stop it right there. I can't listen, bro. They get all they takes from me, bro. At this point, I think they just listen to my videos and say, all right, what Crunch say? What Crunch say on the stream? All right, but we're gonna say that tomorrow. All right. That's how they be, bro, because I'm the first one that said that. I said the Lakers finna lose all these games on the schedule. They said, Crunch, you lying, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about. Now they saying the same exact thing I done said. They got lucky when they won against Indiana. If not for that, they'd have lost goddamn 10 straight games. So again, bro, it's like they just can't do it, bro. It's like they got a fetish. It's like they got a fetish for making excuses for this man, LeBron James, bro. Even if you continue the video, this man Kendrick Perkins got mad at Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. Smith Cause look, I kept watching the video. Cause Stephen A. Smith called out Kendrick Perkins for making excuses.
Talking about facing OKC in the second round, which means all of these aspirational thoughts that we put out there about the Lakers getting to the compete. Then you're talking about a 6. Now pick your poison. If you're a 6th seed, the likelihood is you're going to face Denver in the first round. If you are a 5th or a 4th seed, then you're talking about facing OKC in the second round.
That's if they get to the second round, because I think the Memphis going to beat their ass.
Which means all of these aspirational thoughts that we put out there about the Lakers getting to the conference finals seems to be in grave jeopardy.
Yeah. Perk.
So listen to what Kendrick Perkins said right here, bro. This is disgusting.
No, I mean, I'm with it. And look, again, I go back to this point real quick, Molly. LeBron James is not healthy. I'm not making excuses for what he did last night.
Yes, you is.
The brain fart he had last night, that's just not LeBron James. Those costly turnovers, that gamble when he went for the steal, gave up that big corner 3. But he is not healthy. That is a...
What you mean you're not making excuses for him? So if you're not making excuses for what he did, then how you feel about what he did? Why you not cooking him how you cook Luka? Saying his defense has got to get better and all of this. Yeah, JP, look how Stephen A. checked him.
Had last night, that's just not LeBron James. Those costly turnovers, that gamble when he went for the steal, gave up that big corner 3. But he is not healthy. That is a major concern for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, hold on. Why are we saying he's not healthy? But why are we saying he's not healthy? He was out for 2 weeks and he came back.
Right.
I mean, I thought he was healthy. I'm just asking.
Well, I'm telling you, my sources are telling me that he's not healthy. Okay.
So so in other words, that means that he felt the need to come back because it was that urgent that he got back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I thought he was healthy.
Kendrick Perkins, man, I can't. No, we not doing this, fam. We not doing this, dog. Like, you gonna get mad at Stephen A. for checking you? That was a legitimate question. He was out for 2 weeks, got healthy, got rested up, and he came back. If he's not healthy, why is he still playing on a bad growing? See, that's the problem, yo. Every time LeBron started to play bad or started to cost him games, bro, now they going into the playoffs looking like they ain't gonna win in the first round, like I said. Now, all of a sudden, he's not healthy. So Kendrick Perkins is going to say, my sources are telling me. That's not... What sources are you talking about? State your source. I thought it was hashtag state your source. Is your source Rich Paul in them? Goddamn Clutch Sports in them? Man, Kendrick Perkins is just a fraud. He's a phony, and he's scared to tell the truth, though. It's like sometimes he tell the truth, sometimes he don't. Right? Y'all got too much free time on your hand. No, you got more free time than me because you in here listening. You in here listening, dog. Your bio say, love my girlfriend. Hey, you ain't gonna love her after what you see she was doing last night.
That is a major concern for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, hold on. Why are we saying he's not healthy? But why are we saying he's not healthy? He was out for 2 weeks and he came back. I mean, I thought he was healthy.
I thought he was healthy. I thought he got rested up, got healthy, came back. What's the deal?
I'm just asking.
Well, I'm telling you, my sources are telling me that he's not healthy. Okay.
So in other words, that means that he felt the need to come back because it was that urgent that he got back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You talking about You ain't got no goddamn facts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we move on, how much of this falls on Luka?
Hey, look, and then look at Monica sipping the tea. Hold on. That's why I fuck with Monica, dog. Hey, look at Monica sipping the tea.
Back because it was that urgent that he got back.
Hey, look at her.
So in other words, I thought he was healthy. I'm just asking.
Well, I'm telling you, my sources are telling me that he's not healthy.
He's not healthy.
Okay.
So in other words, that means that he felt the need to come back because it was that urgent that he got back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Look at her.
Okay.
Look at her sipping it.
Okay. Before we move on, how much of this falls on Luka?
Luka got to defend. I mean, like...
Oh, hold on. How much of this falls on Luka? What you mean? LeBron cost him the game.
Okay.
See, I told y'all,
How much
bro.
of this dis-
I told she. Look at Molly, bro. That's why they need to kick Molly off the goddamn air, bro. They need to replace Molly with a clone and program that shit to only speak facts. Because now, what the hell are you bringing up Luka for? She's talking about before we move on, we got to put some blame on Luka. You got to blame Luka a little bit.
Back because it was that urgent that he got back. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Before we move on, how much of this falls on Luka?
Luka got to defend. I mean, like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I did not like the exit from Dallas because it was played like this man didn't get them to the finals. Like, come on now. Luka is still an incredible talent in this league. But even during his tenure in Dallas, and shout out to Tim McMahon, who we had this morning,
What this got to do with Dallas? You see how they do, y'all? And look at Kendrick Perkins. He throw his hands up after she said that. And I like Monica, man. Come on. I just said I like Monica, dog.
I did not like the exit from Dallas.
Look at Kendrick Perkins throwing his hands up.
Okay.
He didn't want to blame
How much
LeBron
of
at
this
all.
is,
My bad. He didn't want to blame LeBron at all.
falls on Luka.
Luka got to defend. I mean, like, here's the thing. I did not like the exit from Dallas because it was played
What you
like
mean,
this man
Kurt?
didn't get them to the finals. Like, come on now. Luka is still an incredible talent in this league. But even during his tenure in Dallas, and shout out to Tim McMahon, who we had this morning,
Oh
the
my
language
God.
that Jason Kidd used is that he has to be a willing participant on the defensive end. I, again, am willing to give this scenario a little bit of an asterisk. It's a back-to-back game. The schedule's tight right now. But yes, 100%, Luka's going to have to commit on that side of the basketball to hold the line because this team does not have the defensive personnel to hide him as well.
I thought they said LeBron can guard 1 through 5 though. So I thought LeBron was supposed to be, a better defender than Jordan, Kobe. He's a great defender on the wing. Yeah, Malcolm, dog, bro. That's what I'm saying. They sitting here just trying to put the whole meal on Luka, bro. Now all of a sudden, bro, LeBron literally gave the game away on defense and offense last night. Literally.
As they could in Dallas last year.
Over the last 4 games, y'all, since LeBron James has returned, the Los Angeles Lakers are 1-3.
Yep.
Okay, with Luka and LeBron on the court, they've been a -13, -14, -12, and a -9. And they've been outscored by a total of 48 points with both of them on the court over the last 4 games. Go ahead, Perk.
Yo, shout out Stephen A. I told y'all, bro. I've been rocking with Stephen A. lately. He been calling that shit out down the line, down the middle, cause it's both of them. When they made the trade, what did I tell y'all? Both of them are bad on defense. We not about to signal out Luka. It's LeBron James too. We ain't gonna do that.
Do y'all realize since Luka put on the Lakers uniform that he's number 1 in blow-bys in the NBA?
No, that's true. He is number 1 in blow-bys.
Listen, your best player, because I believe now he's the best player, although we could debate whether or not it's LeBron, but I feel like LeBron then gave the keys over to Luka. Your best player cannot continue to be your worst defender. I played with 15 Hall of Famers, 15, and I can't name not one of those guys who didn't put forth the effort to defend.
Yeah, I understand that though. But somebody in the comments said the difference is LeBron is 40, Luka is 25. Actually, Luka is 26. You got to get your facts straight. And secondly, if LeBron is 40, why the fuck is he on the goddamn court? See, y'all not about to force this man to start and play all these minutes and then complain that he's 40. Why the fuck is he on the court? See, when I say, all right, he's 40 years old, you should put him onto the bench. Nah, Crunch, you hating on him, yo. Why you put him on the bench, yo? Why would you do that, yo? Why would you do that? What, like, y'all, how do y'all want it, bro? You can't have it both ways. If he's because he's costing them more defense too. So if you're gonna make an excuse and say it's because he's 40, but he's playing the same level of bad defense, that means it's both of their fault. The only difference you saying is that he's 40. It's not that it shouldn't count. It's still costing them the games.
From Paul Pierce, effort. The energy that Luka gives this team defensively is so draining.
No, what's draining is how LeBron James drained the lead away with 12 seconds left, and then the Chicago Bulls drained all 3 of them 3-pointers on his face. How Josh P. Diddy literally drained right on LeBron James' face, drained it. You out there draining, they running a train on LeBron. No, listen, bro, they literally running a train on LeBron. Patrick Williams from the corner. Kobe White from the wing. Just straight busting threes.
For the
Josh Giddey from half court.
fact
Bust.
that he's allowed to dribble the oxygen out of the damn ball offensively. His teammates have to stand around and watch him do what he.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, he's trying to just pile in all of the blame, all the accountability on Luka, and he had none of this energy for LeBron, bro. This man, Kendrick Perkins, is on his knees, man.
Dude, the worst thing that LeBron James told Luka, we don't want you to fit in. We want you to fit out. That was the wrong thing. No.
See, look at Monica. She can't stand to listen to this dumbass shit, man.
Teammates have to stand around and watch him do what he do.
This is BS.
Thing that LeBron James told Luka, we don't want you to fit in. We want you to fit out. That was the wrong thing. No. That was the wrong thing for him to say. Because here's why, Molly. You want him to fit in. Because before Luka put on the uniform, January 15th, the Lakers had the #1 defensive team. They were strapping up defensively.
But that's the personnel thing. Like, you knew that was going to take a hit when you made that trade. And you just started your statement by saying that Luka was the best player. To me, as you said, LeBron has turned over the keys. So okay, I hear where you're coming from, but I don't know if you can.
They would defend, but this is what I'm telling you. They were defending at a high level even when Anthony Davis was sitting out. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
But they were also defending. They were also hold on, Perk. They were also defending at a high level when Luka initially arrived.
Thank you, bro. Like, get it right. Get it tight. This nigga Perk, bro. He's become unlikable, unwatchable, unlistenable.
3-week period, but they were also defending. They were also hold on, Perk. They were also defending at a high level when Luka initially arrived. There were about a 2 or 3 week period where they didn't slip defensively,
right?
Even when he was a liability.
They did.
No, they didn't.
Even when he was a liability, we talked about this, Perk. Even when he was a liability, collectively, defensively, they didn't look nearly as bad as they've been looking over the last few games. That was not the case.
Remember,
but somehow, some way, they were able.
Remember, they was playing amazing defense when Luka first pulled up, when they was winning them games, and I was actually saying how they looked like an unstoppable duo. I was giving JJ Redick credit. 8. It's like, no. Hey, look, I was giving all of them credit, bro. They was balling, right? Defense was looking good. Everybody said the Lakers defense is amazing. They was winning all them games, bro. It wasn't until later on, you know what I'm saying, after LeBron went out and then he came back after LeBron first got injured, when I said the Lakers in trouble because LeBron has got injured now. And that's why I said they're still in my takes.
Collectively, defensively, they didn't look nearly as bad as they've been looking over the last few games. That was not the case.
But
somehow, some way, they were able to make up for. All right, so what has happened to? We understand about Luka. What has happened to the rest of the team? What has happened?
Fatigue.
That's what it is, Eminem.
That's what we're saying.
Yo, come on, bro. Yo, what are we doing at this point in time in history, man? At this point in society, what are we doing?
What has happened to? We understand about Luka. What has happened to the rest of the team? What has happened? Fatigue. That's what it is, Eminem.
That's what we're saying.
Stephen A. hilarious, bro. Look at his face. I don't care what nobody say, yo. This man is hilarious, man. He said fatigue.
What has happened to? We understand about Luka. What has happened to the rest of the team? What has happened? Fatigue. That's what it is, Eminem.
That's what we're saying.
I'm just offering. You made this that first stretch. stretch.
Look at his
You're right,
face.
Stephen A. When you talked about that first stretch, LeBron was all over the place. Jackson Hayes looking like he was able to block shots, move. There was an intensity as they were gambling defensively, right? We all talked about J.J. Redick doing a hell of a job, right? As that has gone along,
Right.
you look at the stretch they're in. I think they're playing like 10 games in 15 days. They just played last night. If not for LeBron James' game-winning shot last night, this probably would have been a similar conversation in terms of Luka being a target. So I'm just saying, if you take a step back and look, you do have a real argument about this team being fatigued, about Perks saying LeBron is not necessarily fully healthy, and frankly, like, you got to give the Bulls a little bit of credit. This is their fourth win. They've been hooping a little bit down the stretch.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
They have been hooping, but Monica, I don't want to hear those excuses right now about being fatigued.
but you're gonna make excuses about LeBron being healthy. Perk, shut your big barbecue, goddamn rib.
You know why?
You're not wrong.
Listen, when you're trying, listen to me, honey. When you're trying to compete for a championship, when you call yourself a legit title contender, at this point, it's no fatigue. You're supposed to be peaking.
So why LeBron not peaking?
I played on
Why LeBron playing his worst basketball of the season right now?
five contenders that went to 5 NBA.
Oh, I played on this team, under that team, bro. On 2K, bro, we sub you out the game. On all them teams you played on, OKC Thunder, man, Celtics, all-time teams on 2K, we sub you out and put in Thabo Cephalosha. You big barbecue, goddamn, baby back rib head at.
Finals. We were hitting our stride at this point. I don't want to hear about the schedule or none of that. It's about the mental part of it. It's about being in shape. Let's call it spade to spade. The other night when they lost, J.J. Redick had his post-game interview. You know what he said? It seemed like we was tired. No, J.J., stop lying. Keep it real. Our best player, one of our best players, is out of shape. Luka is out of shape.
Okay,
Well,
I got
damn it,
one question
Perk,
for you, Perk.
you brought him to L.A. out of shape. And oh, by the way, from Christmas time to the time he was acquired by the Los Angeles Lakers, he had only played 3 games. Plus, he had a history of not being in the greatest shape. So that ain't news. We all know that's the situation. But it didn't stop, as Eminem pointed out, it didn't stop the Los Angeles Lakers from being effective and efficient defensively, even after he had arrived. So the real key here is figuring out why in the hell is now the time where over these last several games, they've looked so porous defensively, resembling anything but themselves, and how dominant they were for a 2-month period defensively.
And all of this just because Molly had to chime in and ask the question and bring up Luka Doncic. When he been balling out against the Pacers, he had 34 points against the team Bulls last night. I forgot how much he had, but he was not the worst player on the court last night. LeBron James literally single-handedly threw the game away, and they refused to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? All of these excuses just because of what Molly said. Now, look, she about to chime in again. I'm about to see what she said. Yeah, that's the thing, JP. When Luka started losing weight when he came to the Lakers, and everybody said, Nico from the Mavs, he made a mistake because look at Luka, he already losing weight, and, it's working out. This is the worst trade in history, bro.
All right, so let me be clear. This is what I'm getting from this conversation. LeBron is not fully healthy. He's about 75%. Luka's out of shape, and the Lakers need to play better defense. Am I missing anything else? And Perk isn't sold, right? Is that a good recap?
I think that's a fair recap, Molly.
I think that's a very good recap.
That is, Molly.
Okay, good. Can we carry on?
Thanks
Well,
for
I did
this.
have one question for Perk, but if you said we gotta go, we gotta go.
No, say it. You say it.
Well, Perk, so you said peaking. I agree. But I am curious, when you talk about teams that are peaking this time of year, had they been together all season? Because this trade is still, this is still a new group.
Well, I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
Well, no, the Bulls, a lot of the players, can they just move on to the next topic, man? Because it's getting real nasty now. That ain't saying anything. Because the Bulls just got together. Like, a lot of the players on the Bulls, they just got traded over there as well.
No, we weren't. I'm saying we weren't saying that when it was the second seed in the Western Conference.
See, okay, Perk, that's what Stephen A was trying to tell you. We wasn't saying nothing about their defense and all of that, and Luka being out of shape when they was the second seed in the Western Conference. It's like Kendrick Perkins is like, these people must be on drugs or something up there, bro. It's like, you literally contradicted your whole stance. So how you going to get on Monica for saying that and tell her that we wasn't saying that when they were second seed? But you making all these excuses like they wasn't just a second seed yourself. Big dumbass nigga.
gonna use that as an
Marlon,
excuse.
I'm asking.
No, we once. I'm saying we weren't saying that when they was the second seed in the Western Conference. We weren't saying that when they was playing with.
Hey, Perk said, thanks for
Had they
listening.
been together all season? Because this trade is still.
Yo, let me
I think
see.
that's a fair recap.
Fully healthy. He's about
Thanks for
75%.
listening.
Luka's out of shape, and the Lakers need to play better defense. Am I missing anything else? And Perk isn't sold, right? Is that a good recap?
I think that's a fair recap, Molly.
I think that's a very good recap.
That is, Molly.
Okay, good. Can we carry on?
Thanks
Well,
for
I did
this.
have one question, but
Man, listen, Monica and Stephen A. the only one on this panel with some sense.
had they been together all season? Because this trade is still.
Second seed in the Western Conference. We weren't saying that when they was playing well.
Okay.
Okay, all right, cool.
So if you like, no, ain't no all right, cool. That's why they didn't want to put me on the panel. I literally cooked this man all the way down to the gristle. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Golly, all of that just because they don't want to tell the truth that it's LeBron's fault they lost the game, bro. Ah, man, bro. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this.